Today I'm going to show you how to make Lemon Lush, a very popular dessert. Super easy to do. Let's get started. Down below in the description box you'll find a list of the ingredients and their amounts. This recipe is very popular. It's been around for quite a while and there's many variations out there. This is probably one of the most common variations. Alright, so we're going to begin by making the bottom layer. 2 cups of all-purpose flour. And then I have 2 sticks, which is 1 cup of butter, and we want this to be soft. So if you forget to set this out on your counter beforehand, then we can just soften this in the microwave. We don't want it melted, we just want it soft. And we're gonna preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 176 Celsius. So while it's preheating, you can just put the butter in the oven to soften it. I'm just gonna throw it in the microwave for 30 seconds. Also, when you take your butter out to soften, make sure you take out your cream cheese to soften as well, because we need that really soft a little bit later. Now I'm going to take my butter and just put that right in here. And now you can blend this up in a food processor or just use a little pastry blender like this. And we're just going to blend this all together. This is very similar to if we're just making like a basic shortbread. That's essentially what this is a shortbread base without sugar added to it. All right, there we go. Just come in here with our hands and kind of push it together a little bit. Perfect. Okay, and now I have a 9 by 13 pan. You could go a little bit smaller if you want, like a glass pan that's a little bit smaller, or dish. If you want the bottom crust layer to be thicker, or just use this one, it gives a nice little thin crust on the bottom. And we want to just push this down into this pan. Make sure it gets all on the bottom. And then I like to come in here with my offset cake spatula. Or I'll come in here with my little pastry roller and go like this. So these things are awesome. It's really good to make them for getting things nice and level and even. And now we need to bake this in the oven for about 20 minutes. Again, 350 Fahrenheit, 176 Celsius. For 20 minutes, and you want it to get lightly golden brown on top. Because it's so thin, it doesn't take much longer than that, maybe up to 25 minutes, but you don't want it super brown, just lightly brown. Once your cookie base is done, just take it out of the oven and let it cool for 15 to 20 minutes. Again, it should be lightly golden brown like that. And now let's go for the next layer, which is the cream cheese layer. I have 2 8 ounces, so 16 ounces of cream cheese. And again, this is soft. I just put it out at room temperature, or you can just soften it up a little bit in the microwave. And then 1 cup of white granulated sugar. And now we just want to mix these together. You can do this in a stand mixer with a paddle attachment as well. All right, there we go. And now we're going to just pour this cream cheese frosting right on top. And then we're going to just spread it out evenly on top here. And then you can do the offset cake spatula like this. All right, once we have that cream cheese layer on top, we need to do the next layer, which is the lemon pudding layer. And you could use a homemade lemon pudding from scratch if you want, or it's very common when making this is just to use the Jello brand or the store brand instant lemon pudding. And I have 2 of these, and it's a 3.4 ounce or the 96 gram box. So let's put these in here. And this is where the term the Lemon Lush comes from. It's from this lemon pudding. There's also the cook and serve lemon pudding that you could try that as well instead of the instant pudding. And then we want 3.5 cups of cold milk. All right, and then we just want to stir this continually until it firms up a little bit and gets thicker. So we're just gonna sit here and stir for 2 to 3 minutes. All right, so right when it gets to be kind of like that thickness right there, not completely set, but still not very super runny anymore, then we want to come back to our pan here, and we are going to just pour this on over the top. And of course, scrape it all out. And then using our spatula, I'm going to spread this out evenly. All right. And now into the refrigerator this goes, and then you can keep it in there up until you want to serve it, because the Cool Whip or whipped cream topping layer is the last thing we put on, but we need this to be nice and set before we put that on. So into the refrigerator we go for at least 20 to 30 minutes, or you can just put it in there for a couple hours before you want to serve it onto that step. Once the lemon pudding layer has set, we can do the top layer, which is, I just normally use like a whipped topping, Cool Whip brand or the store brand, or you can just make your own homemade whipped cream. And then we're just gonna put this all on top. And we'll just spread it out. And now it is ready. It is ready to be served. Pretty awesome. And then you just cut it into squares, whatever size that you want. I usually do, I don't know, 15 servings worth. Makes about 15 squares. You can make them a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller. I'm gonna come in with my pie spatula here. See if I can get that, there we go. And there we go, look at that. Awesome. And if I clean off some of that topping, you can see the layers right there. You can see the cookie layer, cream cheese layer, the lemon layer, and the top layer. Really yummy. And let's take a bite. It is so good. Such an easy treat to make. Perfect for the summer or any time of the year. I'm Matt Taylor. This has been another episode of In the Kitchen with Matt. Thank you for joining me. Thumbs up down the corner, press it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and check out my other videos. Take care. Time for me to dive into this some more. Oh yeah.